Imagine a cybercriminal who doesn't need to crack complex codes or exploit zero-day vulnerabilities to breach the world's biggest organizations. Instead, they simply ask. This is the chilling reality of Scattered Spider. Welcome to this in-depth look at the notorious cybercriminal group. Forget everything you knew about hackers and hoodies. These are the masterminds of manipulation. Stay tuned to understand their tactics and how to defend against them. In today's digital age, we often focus on technical defenses, but what happens when those biggest threats bypass the defenses entirely through human interaction? Scattered Spider, also known as Octopus or UNC 3944, has mastered the art of social engineering, making them a particularly dangerous adversary. They don't just hack into systems, they often talk their way in, leveraging deception to gain access to sensitive data and critical infrastructure. Their methods are highly effective and have led to significant and often headline-grabbing breaches across various industries. While their exact origins remain somewhat nebulous, Scattered Spider is believed to have emerged in the late 2010s. They're characterized by their seemingly decentralized nature, with members operating independently or in small and fluid groups, hence the name. The lack of the rigid structure can make them challenging to track and attribute attacks to. Early activity has often focused on smaller scale fraud, but their tactics have become increasingly sophisticated and their targets more ambitious. Scattered Spider's hallmark remains their potent use of social engineering. They excel at manipulating individuals within organizations to gain initial access. This includes sophisticated phishing campaigns, deceptive phone calls known as vishing, or SMS-based attacks. A particular concerning attack involves MFA fatigue, where they relentlessly bombard a user with push notifications, hoping they eventually approve one. Often this happens out of frustration. Once inside the network, their approach becomes even more stealthy. Scattered Spider is a master at living off the land, meaning they abuse legitimate tools and processes that are already present in the system to carry out their attacks. This makes their activity much harder to detect, as it blends in with the normal administrative traffic. They use standard utilities like PowerShell and RDP, deploy legitimate remote access software, and leverage native features of the operating system to move laterally. This also includes escalating privileges and maintaining persistence. They don't need to introduce a lot of noise or custom malware. Instead, they operate as a very clever and highly destructive fake administrator. While financial gain is a significant motivator evident in their data and theft ransomware activities, Scattered Spider's objectives may extend beyond pure profit. There have been instances suggesting a desire to cause substantial disruption to critical infrastructure and the exfiltration of valuable intellectual property. This complexity in their targeting and the variety of their actions indicate potentially diverse and evolving motivations. While their tactics focus on a single employee, Scattered Spider's ultimate goal is to often compromise a company's core infrastructure. In recent attacks, they have demonstrated an alarming pivot towards VMware ESXi hypervisors. These are the virtualized hosts that run an organization's critical servers, from domain controllers to databases. By compromising the vCenter server, they gain control over the entire virtual environment. This method is both sophisticated and very sneaky. They don't just encrypt files on virtual machines, they target the underlying hypervisor itself. One of their most advanced techniques is the ESXi disk swap attack. This involves shutting down the critical virtual machine, like a domain controller, and detaching its virtual disk. They then attach the disk to another machine under their control, extract the sensitive data, like Active Directory passwords and hashes, and then swap the disk back. All of this happens at the hypervisor level, which means it bypasses many traditional endpoint security tools. The final step is to deploy ransomware directly from the ESXi host, encrypting all virtual machines in a single devastating strike. Scattered Spider's reach is broad, impacting organizations across numerous sectors, including healthcare, technology, and critical infrastructure. The consequences from these breaches are often very severe, from the exposure of sensitive personal and financial information to the devastating operational disruptions caused by these ESXi attacks. The rapid nature of these attacks that usually unfold in just a few hours leaves organizations with minimal time to react and recover, leading to significant financial losses and reputational damages. So how can organizations and individuals better defend against scattered spiders, sophisticated social engineering tactics, and their ability to blend in with the network? A multi-layered security approach is essential, with a particular emphasis on defenses that resist these specific attacks. Implementing and strictly enforcing modern MFA methods that are inherently resistant to phishing, push bombing, and SIM swapping. This primarily includes FIDO and WebAuth, which uses cryptographic keys bound to the user's device, and PKI-based MFA, such as smart cards. These methods provide a significantly stronger security posture against the tactics employed by Scattered Spider. Another control would be enhancing security awareness training. Focused training on recognizing increasingly sophisticated social engineering attempts, including voice phishing, and the subtle cues of MFA fatigue attacks. When we move our controls into the EDR, deploying and actively monitoring EDR solutions that are specifically designed to detect suspicious behavior, even if it involves use of legitimate tools and processes. And of course, network segmentation, where we can limit the ability of the attacker to move freely within the network. And of course, regular security audits and penetration testing, proactively identifying and addressing potential weaknesses in security controls, especially the ones that include social engineering testing. And of course, let's not forget about a comprehensive incident response plan. Developing and regularly practicing a detailed plan to effectively respond to and recover from security incidents. In conclusion, Scattered Spider possesses a persistent and evolving threat uniquely characterized by their mastery of social engineering and their escalating ambition to attack core infrastructures like VMware ESXi. They've shown that relying solely on technical security isn't enough. We must also harden our human defenses and prepare for attacks that bypass traditional security entirely. By recognizing their tactics and prioritizing robust phishing-resistant security measures like FIDO and WebAuth is more critical than ever. Staying vigilant and adapting to defenses is our only option. Thank you for joining and unraveling the web of Scattered Spider. Please like this video, subscribe for more cybersecurity insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue building a fortified digital future today.